Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Gids. How are you all doing? I know it's been a very long time since I have made a video on my channel, but I am making one today. This is going to be my most worn fragrances of 2024. I know I'm very late in making this video. I know everyone and their mother's dog has made this video who's a content creator who makes fragrance related content. I was very busy, but I have managed to put the fragrances out here. They're all spread out here. The fragrances which I basically wore a lot in 2024. So I'll talk through them with you, and I'll also talk about my plans for 2025, my collection, my thoughts on the fragrance industry, where I think it's going. So this will be a very chill, relaxed video, so enjoy. All right, let's get into the first one. So a fragrance which I reached for so much, I even surprised myself last year, was from labo, and it's number 13. Now you can see from the den, we're almost pretty much halfway with this fragrance, I would say. And I just kept reaching for this when I bought it. I think I bought this around September sort of time. And this was a fragrance I've wanted for many years. I remember trying it a long time ago in the labo. I went in and I was talking to them, I was trying out the fragrances, and I always ask the associates there, I say, what's your favorite fragrance? And the guy pulled this one out, and this was before it was even hyped on YouTube. I know it's very hyped and people talk about this one a lot. And he said, it's this one. And I remember smelling it and thinking, wow, I actually really like that. I like it because it's a fragrance which is quite subtle. It's musky, it's sweet, but not sickeningly sweet. It's not cloying, but it still has an element of being wearable and pleasant. So I liked wearing it for that reason. This is a quite musky scent. It's got some pear in this, it's got ambrette, isoe super, and it's essentially it's very musky. It's a very musky, sweet, warm fragrance, and I think it really comes alive on skin. It smells different on everyone. Some people say they can't smell it, blah blah, but I can smell this when I wear it, and it's so easy to wear. It's a no-brainer for me. It's a grab and go. I was even throwing this in my bag and take it with me to work. Performance-wise, it's okay. For me, it's not the longest lasting fragrance, but that's not a deal breaker per se for me, but I just love wearing this. And I think generally last year, I started gravitating more towards clean, crisp, fresh, warm, but musky scents. I slowly moved away from beast mode fragrances. I just wasn't really pulling for those as much as I thought. I don't know why. I think I just appreciated more lighter, fresher, muskier scents. Yeah. The next fragrance, which I wore a lot last year, was this one. This is from Chanel. It's Jersey. I've spoken about Jersey before. I adore this fragrance. This has now become my most worn Chanel Les Exclusives. I love the Les Exclusives from Chanel. This smells to me very musky, very clean, very fresh. It's a bit sweet as well. It's got some lavender, some vanilla, some citruses in the top, and it's got some musk as well, some white musk. So it smells very clean, very elevated, but very beautiful at the same time. And the performance on this is amazing. Really good performance. It lasts all day, and generally I love wearing it. It gets a lot of compliments, and I think I'm gonna burn through this year as well, which I'm hoping to. I'm really hoping to start finishing more fragrances and really getting through more fragrances, because I am certainly not out here trying to buy 1,000 fragrances or keep adding and adding. No. No surprise here. I've spoken about this one being my most worn fragrance, Molecule 01. I think I go through about a bottle a year of this fragrance, so this hasn't got very much left. I'm probably gonna finish this one very soon. And I like this one as well, which is Molecule 02 from as well Escentric Molecules. I like layering them together wearing them on their own. I just love these two fragrances. Again, they're a no-brainer for me. They are light, fresh, easy wearing fragrances, which aren't gonna offend people. Sometimes you wear fragrances and you really have to commit to them because they're quite intense or they're quite loud or complex. But these are just really simple, easy to wear fragrances, which I really love. So there were some surprises as well. I was quite surprised by how much I reached for Vanilla 28 from Kayali. Now, this isn't really a fresh fragrance. This is quite a sweet vanilla scent. It's not overly sweet in that sort of very juvenile way, which some vanillas can be very sickly and headache inducing. I don't particularly like overly sweet fragrances. I'm quite particular about sweet fragrances. Like, I'm not a big fan of gourmands personally. They don't really do it for me. Things that are too sweet just give me a headache. But this one, Vanilla 28, it's nice to wear to sweeten other fragrances. So yes, I was wearing a lot of light, fresh fragrances last year, but when I did reach for some of my oud fragrances, I liked wearing this with them. And I think that's why I've just burnt through this. I can't believe that this is almost finished. But it is a really nice vanilla. It's more of a cooking vanilla, like the vanilla essence, as opposed to that really sweet, predictable, sugary vanilla that a lot of brands put out. Lush. So last year, I really enjoyed wearing Lush body sprays, and I got quite a few. I think my most used one was Avocado Co-Wash. And this one I really like because it's like, it smells quite, okay, I know I just said I don't massively like sweet fragrances, but this one just reminds me of my childhood. It smells of lemon sherbet in the best way possible. It's quite fizzy and sweet, and there's something really fun about the fragrance. So I just like spraying in the air, after a shower, just spraying a little bit on me as well. And I think that's why I went through it, because it's almost finished, there's a little bit left. I like these body sprays. You get 200 mLs, and I think this one was about £15 or £20, which is really reasonable. Lord of Misrule, that's another one of my favorites. This is a earthy patchouli scent. To me, it's quite dry and dusty at the same time, and again, I just like spraying these in the air and spraying them after a shower or on my bed sheets. I just find them really pleasant and fun. The Lezo range from Chanel, I really love these. I know the dent isn't big, but I did reach more for these, and particularly towards the end of last year, I noticed I reached for these quite a lot and I kept wanting to wear them. Paris, a rose patchouli fragrance, and Paris Venise, which is an ambery, vanilla, fresh citrus fragrance. Really beautiful and quite powdery. I like wearing this after a shower and spraying it on my bed sheets as well when I've just changed them. There's something so beautiful about this scent when you sleep and you smell this. It's incredible, really nice. Un Balade en Forêt, this is from Beauty Pie. This is a sort of smoky, woody, crisp fragrance. It literally does translate to a walk in the forest. It's by Beauty Pie, which is an online beauty subscription service, which is quite interesting. They cut out the middleman so you don't pay for all of the like retail costs, and that way the consumer can save money on the product. Anyway, they make amazing fragrances. This one my friend gifted me, Magnetic Cap. I've been on the Beauty Pie website and there are more fragrances that I've seen that are interesting. I definitely want to get, they've got like a little discovery set which I would like to get, because as much as I want to add some more fragrances to my collection, I don't want to keep adding and adding because my collection is already quite big. And I said to myself, this year, we're streamlining the collection. We're not going to keep needlessly adding to it. Anyway, as you can see, I wore that one a lot. Serge Lutens, Santal Majuscule. This one, I adore this fragrance. It's so calming. It's a sandalwood, rose, cacao fragrance. This is called Santal Majuscule from Serge Lutens. It's my only Serge Lutens. This is in the 50 ml, but this one it's so comforting and cozy, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's a nutty, creamy type of sandalwood, which is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. That's all I can say. And as you can see, I went through a lot of it last year, and I predict I'll finish this fragrance this year as well. So, Comête from Chanel. This one I got last year as well, and oh my goodness, this might just be my favorite fragrance purchase of last year. This fragrance to me is incredible. Incredible fragrance. It gives you everything that Chanel is known for, like that floral, slightly powdery, aldehydic scent DNA, but this has got more of a, I would say, a different direction for Chanel. It's a bit sweeter, it's a bit fresher as well. It has that beautiful cherry blossom accord and a slight almondy undertone to the fragrance as well, which makes it incredibly lovely to wear. Really good performance on this one. For me, this lasts all day, no issue with performance, and oh my goodness, whenever I wear Comête, I have a good day. Again, I still wore strong fragrances, I just didn't pull for them as much. And Hibiscus Mahajad, as you can see, there's a nice dent in this one. Really lovely fragrance, very unique, slightly herbal. To me, this is even a little bit spicy. I know that there's leather and mint in this fragrance as well, but it's really beautiful. That rose and vanilla combination with a bit of spice and depth. And this one is beast mode. Beast mode. Like, I never overspray this one. I only ever do 2 sprays if I'm gonna wear it, because if I wear this one to work, for example, I get complimented whenever I wear this one, whenever I wear it. And if I overspray it, for me, it's too much. And I just think, without sounding arrogant, it gets you a lot of attention. Let's just say that. So this one is always lovely to wear, and I enjoyed wearing it a lot last year. One of my favorites for life, Oud Satin Mood. Again, if I was going out and I wanted to make an impression, I wore this one a lot. You can see from the dent, we've used quite a lot of this fragrance. And again, I'm hoping maybe this year I might finish this one, but it's so strong and so concentrated. Even though this is the EDP, there is an X-ray version of this as well, that you don't need to spray a lot of it. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish all of it this year, but I will definitely try. Nishane Wūlóng Cha. Now, this one I really reached for a lot last year as well, and especially even when the weather was getting really cold, I kept wanting to wear this one. As you can see, there's a nice dent in this one. This is a tea scent, but it's also got fig. It's creamy, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's musky. I love crisp, fresh, musky fragrances which give you a sense of feeling comforted, because they're just so easy to wear and they don't require a lot of thought. This is so beautiful, really lovely. It's probably one of my second favorites from Nishane after Annie. I love Annie, but this one is slowly becoming one of my most used as well. And the performance on this is so good. Even in cold weather, this fragrance really, really performs beautifully. Initio's Atomic Rose. This fragrance for me, yes, it has a lot of depth, but what I like about it is it's still got a freshness to it as well, because there's ambroxan in this, and there's rose in this as well, and there's citrus and amber and vanilla. So it's still bright and fresh in a weird way, but it has the depth because it has amber and vanilla in the fragrance. I love Atomic Rose. I think I will always have this one in my collection. It's so easy to wear and so pleasant. One of my favorite fragrances. And I put this in my top 10 for life, and it will definitely remain in that list for the foreseeable future. Okay, so that is all my fragrances, my most used fragrances of 2024. I was quite surprised by my most used. I looked through the dents, I looked at the fragrances which I'm constantly grabbing, and I sort of put them to one side. Yes, I rotate my collection, so there's not going to be the biggest dents in all of these, but generally I reached for these quite a lot last year. I do think this year I'm going to slow down my purchasing. I already have. I slowed it down last year because I don't need a huge collection. I'm really enjoying what I currently have. And I think when you enjoy what you have, you rediscover things that you've not worn, you appreciate things. It's almost like you're constantly shopping from your own collection, things you forgot about that you pushed to the back or you just haven't been wearing. Also for me, I've noticed that a lot of brands are just putting out repetitive flankers. They're making extra collections. And I think brands are doing this maybe because these affordable, like Middle Eastern style fragrances are very, very popular. And it's very clear that a lot of people are demanding these very long lasting fragrances which project, which have good performance. But I just feel we're getting to a point now where brands are just all doing extrait fragrances. It used to be parfum concentration, now everything is extrait. And even if the fragrance comes in 3 flankers already, I feel a lot of brands are just trying to find ways to continuously put out more and more fragrances. And personally, I'm not interested. Each to their own. I know the Middle Eastern fragrances, the affordable fragrances are very, very popular, and that's fine. I know TikTok is a platform which has given rise to the popularity of such perfumes. Personally, they're not for me. I've tried a few, and I'm not here to bash anyone's perfume choices, but they're just not my style of perfumery, and that's fine. We can all have different tastes. Similarly, I'm not really into dupes as well. I would rather own the original thing. I know sometimes people say the dupes can be better than the original in terms of performance, in terms of scent profile, but I just would prefer not to buy dupes for my own personal reasons, ethically, and I just don't want to buy a dupe. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've all been well and have just all had a good start to 2025. Apologies that this video was all over the place, but if you've enjoyed it, give me a big thumbs up. Tell me what is some of the fragrances that you wore a lot of last year. I'm always intrigued to know. I like to still sample things and try things and acquaint myself with new brands. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and guys, I will see you in my next one very, very soon. Take care.